Enjoy the freedom and convenience that comes with CBZ Bank Visa. With Visa's convenient online payment system, you can make transactions from anywhere in the world with ease. You can pay for your education with a simple click. With your CBZ Bank Visa card, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to making smart online payments. Shop online from anywhere using your CBZ Bank Visa card. CBZ Bank, partners for success. A bank that's in sync with your lifestyle. We understand your unique requirements and the high level of service that you deserve. Our dedicated relationship officers are ready to grow your wealth and give you sound investment advice designed to support your business, asset acquisition goals, and the life you want to lead. Reach for the stars. Apply for the CBZ Prime account. CBZ Bank, partners for success.
And a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the continuing live stream of the AMG PETERHOUSE Sevens held at PETERHOUSE. So right now we're bringing you the under 14 final between St. George's in their red and white shorts and the hosts PETERHOUSE in royal blue. As you join the action, St. George's have just knocked on the ball from the kick restart, and it will be the first feed into the scrum by PETERHOUSE. The two teams played earlier this morning, and St. George's won that one, albeit by a narrow score. I'm here to confirm the score. So that feed is under extreme pressure. That scrum has gone beyond the 90, so that'll be brought back and reset. The PETERHOUSE backline choosing to set at a very interesting distance, a lot further than the 5, putting the scrum off under a lot of pressure. And because of that, they were under pressure in receiving that ball and they've duly lost position. They probably want to work on that spacing and distance. And now we see St. George's with the opportunity to feed into the scrum with Machacha. Under a lot of pressure there from PETERHOUSE. Machkachka feeds Maparirano with a good strong carry up the middle, testing the seam. Machkachka maintaining continuity, passing the ball out to Dangare. Dangare gives the ball out to Amani. Amani to finish it. Excellent run there from the young man, Amani. Good play by St. George's. Simple hands down the line, taking advantage of the one-on-one situation. Where on the far side you had Amani with acres of space to take advantage of the inside out. And it is converted, 7 points to 0 to St. George's. Unfortunately, I do not have the PETERHOUSE names, so please bear with me. Good recovery there by PETERHOUSE. He'll kick through behind the St. George's backline, recovered by Dangare. Dangare with a looping run, not making use of the players outside and inside of him. Gets the ball out to the try scorer Amani to go for a second try. Almost losing that. But Amani with the second try. And St. George's look to be firmly in control. But in saying that, an excellent point to note the pressure that the PETERHOUSE player put on Amani right at the end. He could have enforced a knock on there. One of the non-negotiables that most sevens coaches talk about is not giving up on a cause like that. A flatter kick now from Machiachka. Goes out into touch just inside the PETERHOUSE 22. And you see for the first time St. George's with the line out. Let's see how good it is. No, PETERHOUSE, sorry. PETERHOUSE with the line out. So it's a high pressure line out in a defensive area. Can ill afford to make a mistake there. And St. George's does get the turnover. Machkachka gets the ball out to Maparirano. Maparirano testing the seam. There's always that space between the fly off and the center. Quick tap and go from number 10, Makogweshe. And he uses physicality to get over two defenders. And that is St. George's third try. St. George's looking good to take this under 14 final. Kick not successful, but we will take a pause to tend to the PETERHOUSE defender who got run over there. PETERHOUSE have already made the switch, so there's already a player on field, so we can carry on. Good recovery in his own 22. Pass out to the big man to carry the ball up, but he doesn't trust himself in the collision, so he'll step back, he'll get rid of the ball. Offside forward, the St. George's players are asking. Runs into his own man. Maybe that's what it takes. PETERHOUSE need to be patient in the post collision. Go step out and in, but runs out of space and is taken out into touch. But the referee says the ball was not out, but that will be knocked on definitely by Amani, the double try scorer. Scrappy play there from PETERHOUSE. Those are the things that raise the blood pressure of coaches, make them age 20 years a half. Solid scrum there from PETERHOUSE. But unfortunately, the runner on the outside wasn't able to gather that ball in. Lost opportunity for PETERHOUSE to get back into the game. So that'll be thrown into the line out by Machkachka. Not really gathered by Chivia and Peterhouse knocked the ball on to give St. George's yet another feed into the scrum. Just under 2.5 minutes to go. It is St. George's leading 15 points to 0 in the under 14 final. Machka finds Maparirano again testing that seam and getting through the middle, and he's under the posts. It's now 20 points to 0 with the kick to come. This time the kick is successful. It is 22 points to 0. As we see St. George's ringing the changes, they feel the job is done. Chinamasa is coming on. Manzungu as well is coming on. Oh, good hanging kick not gathered by Gueshe on the far side. Sorry, that wasn't Gueshe, that was Bandal on the far side. So it'll be a feed into the scrum by Peterhouse. Just under a minute to go. They'd be keen to get something on the scoreboard. Lots of pressure coming in from Manzungu. But a judge to have gone offsides, and that is not 10. That should be penalty advantage to Peterhouse once again. Indeed, not 10. So St. George is compounding the mistakes now. Peterhouse looking to finish strong. The tap and goal. Peterhouse coming towards the near side. Good quick pass out. Peterhouse with the 2v1. Young man tries to step in, doesn't have the step out. Peterhouse working towards the outside. Center tries to keep the ball alive. Good continuity from Peterhouse. There's a one-on-one situation with the big man out there. Keep playing, young man. So that is it for the...
Enjoy the freedom and convenience that comes with CBZ Bank Visa. With Visa's convenient online payment system, you can make transactions from anywhere in the world with ease. You can pay for your education with a simple click. With your CBZ Bank Visa card, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to making smart online payments. Shop online from anywhere using your CBZ Bank Visa card. CBZ Bank, partners for success. A bank that's in sync with your lifestyle. We understand your unique requirements and the high level of service that you deserve. Our dedicated relationship officers are ready to grow your wealth and give you sound investment advice designed to support your business, asset acquisition goals, and the life you want to lead. Reach for the stars. Apply for the CBZ Prime account. CBZ Bank, partners for success.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the under 15 final, pitting St. George's in their crimson and white shorts, playing from the right to the left, versus Wise Owl with their mustard and brown shorts, black shorts, sorry. We see St. George's making the mistake early on. The kick going out on the full. And the play action from Wise Owl not really resulting in much of a net gain, perhaps of 10 meters. So Wise Owl guilty of playing with the flow of the defensive direction. And it was easy for the St. George's players to just shepherd that man into touch. So it'll be a line out to be thrown in. Not straight, surely. And that'll be a scrum to Wise Owl. Very interesting contest that'll be. Both sets of fours looking fairly formidable for the 15 age group. The two sides met earlier this morning. St. George's winning 22-7. But that was in the morning. It matters now. This is the result that is remembered. So Wise Owl with a good solid platform. Ball comes out to the center, but unfortunately holding the ball in one hand. So St. George's will play with a scrum advantage. Play action develops out wide, looking to find the gas out in a one-on-one situation, and indeed they do find the man, and he'll step against the shoulder and he'll be through to score. St. George has taken advantage of fairly huge mistake there from the Wise Owl center, knocking the ball on in the collision, holding the ball with one hand. I'm sure his coaches will be frowning at him the whole of this coming week. As St. George's get the all-important first try. I will remind you that the importance of scoring the first try is in the event of a tie at the end of 10 minutes. The team that scored the first try is adjudged to have won. So St. George's with the split kick chase. Does a ball stay in field, gathered by the Wise Owl boy under some pressure. And Saints players going off their feet and making that uncontestable. So young man not tapping in front of the referee has been called back. So he'll tap. Wise Owl working to the far side and coming back in. Takes about 3 men to bring him down. There should be a numbers overlap running across the field. Difficult pass to take in. The winger on this side trying to sell the eyes. But the St. George's defenders staying positive, keeping their composure there. Wiseall not quite realizing that they had a 4-on-3 overlap on that far side. Again, working the near side where they've got a 4 versus 3. Again, patience should pay for Wiseall. They are creating the overlaps. St. George is guilty of bunching up in certain areas of the field. Ball is out, unfortunately knocked on by the receiver. Good pressure coming through from St. George's. That's one thing they'll always give you. They'll always flood that area. They'll always test your skills. But in doing that, they leave a lot of space behind them. So there is an opportunity for a kicker with speed on the outside. Ball is fed out to the first receiver. Center's well made, but he was able to get the ball out before the tackle came through. Excellent defense there from Wiseall. Good scramble to recover that situation. You don't see much of that anymore. Not willing to give away the easy points there, and he is rewarded. Albeit a defensive situation where St. George's are throwing into the line out. So Wiseall will be extremely keen on winning the turnover. The lifter is not able to hold their man properly, but he looks to be okay. Bit of a scrappy recycle there, but is that man able to complete the line break? Good contest at the... Well done to that defender. St. George is punished for allowing the ball carrier to get isolated, and in sevens you do get punished if your support doesn't arrive on time. And just like that, it's become 2 penalty awards in a row. Wiseall players guilty of running across the field and bringing defense along, and St. George's will flood that area. Good application of the law from the young man, the number 4. Excellent understanding of when the ball is in or out. And just as we were speaking of St. George's not arriving at that breakdown early enough, Wiseall are guilty of falling asleep at the breakdown. And it is now St. George's 14, Wiseall 0 with the conversion with just under 3 minutes left in the under 15 final. Good hanging kick there from the kicker. Well recovered by the chase. Quick step in and out, and with that, St. George's through for their 3rd try. St. George's matching their earlier performance this morning where they'd won 22-7. The kick is not successful, so the score remains 19 points to 0. This time St. George is going back to the first kick from the beginning of the match. Kick into this near side. That man not able to create separation, and St. George's players are judged to have contested unfairly. So Wazal will play out of their 22. But the play will be brought back. So St. George's with the feed. About 38 seconds left. Surely this will be the last play. Scrum half looks to test the short side, and he will find space out at the corner. And he's through to score yet another try for St. George's. And that takes the score to 24 points to 0 with the kick to come. Excellent understanding of where the space is. And that brings us to the end. St. George's have won the under 14 and the under 15 finals.
Enjoy the freedom and convenience that comes with CBZ Bank Visa. With Visa's convenient online payment system, you can make transactions from anywhere in the world with ease. You can pay for your education with a simple click. With your CBZ Bank Visa card, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to making smart online payments. Shop online from anywhere using your CBZ Bank Visa card. CBZ Bank, partners for success. A bank that's in sync with your lifestyle. We understand your unique requirements and the high level of service that you deserve. Our dedicated relationship officers are ready to grow your wealth and give you sound investment advice designed to support your business, asset acquisition goals, and the life you want to lead. Reach for the stars. Apply for the CBZ Prime account. CBZ Bank, partners for success.
Probably on a 14 then. Or maybe even did Gandhi win it first last year?
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the under 16 final, pitting Prince Edward and Peterhouse. I'm joined by young Tawonga.
Hello everyone. It's going to be a very big match today. We're expecting a pretty close game. Both sides have been doing pretty well during the day. I think now it was about time for a matchup.
Yeah, Prince Edward coming through a really tense semi-final with St. George's winning it with the last play virtually by 4 points. And then Peterhouse, I believe they played St. John's.
I believe that they won it. I wouldn't say comfortably, but it was a pretty entertaining game to watch. I just can't recall what the scores were. Yeah.
So a fairly scrappy opening to this under 16 final. Both sides perhaps feeling the nerves a little bit, especially with the jeopardy. So we're going to see the first feed into the scrum. Peterhouse feed. What do you think Peterhouse are going to do now?
Peters do utilize the centers and their wings. They have a lot of pace out there, and they let it go. They have a lot of pace out there with Jaden Chitongo, Lino Jaya, and Aiden Janda. So I think they utilize more of the speed more than the crash. So this will be pretty entertaining to watch as PE have been using more of the crash ball during the day.
Indeed, let's see how Peterhouse play this. And indeed, there is a crash ball up the middle. The center trying to take advantage of the gap between the fly half and the center, and he does find it. And it is a try right off the cuff. And you called it, Tonga.
I called it. I believe that was Lino Jaya who scored that. Good speed, very physical. Pretty impressive speed standard for him. Yeah.
Yeah, good solid conversion off that scrum from the 22. Peterhouse looking up for it. And let's see how Prince Edward respond. As we see the kick will come to the far side. Prince Edward allowing that ball to bounce into the 22. So the receiver's under a lot of pressure and is seen off into touch. And the net gain for Peterhouse is a line out just short of the 22. Excellent outcome from the kickoff.
Chase Mertens with a very impressive tackle into touch. Now we will have Alex Palioris playing hooker for today. You will be throwing it in. David Paruri jumping. Alex Palioris plays down to Lino Jaya. Lino Jaya to Jenen Chitongo. Can he pass one more time? Just a bit forward there. See what the ref has to say about it. Yeah, and indeed it is forward.
Yeah, Peterhouse once again looking to get their center to give them front foot ball to crash through the little space between the first center and the fly half. And we see Prince Edward are going to make a substitution, an early substitution, trying to create something, get a different energy, albeit 4 minutes in. And that is going to be a free kick to Peterhouse. Yet another mistake from the Prince Edward Cubs. They'll be desperately looking to effect a turnover from this and to minimize the damage. But they're not able to do that. And Peterhouse have scored yet another try. Peterhouse have been ruthlessly efficient in this match so far, taking advantage of every mistake Prince Edward has made.
That was Jaden Chitongo to speed down the line. The defender trying desperately to get a grip at his shirt, just failing. Alex Palioris falls short, but the score will be 12-0 for Peterhouse boys. The hands have been very solid today. In contrast of the beginning few games where they did drop a few balls, but today, well, for this match, they've been pretty solid and pretty clinical.
Yeah, I think that was true of a number of schools earlier on, especially in the morning when it was relatively cold. A number of boys didn't look like they'd woken up as yet by the time we started the morning session.
Yeah, and can he catch him? That's Lino Jaya. Last tackle there, Lino Jaya. And Lino Jaya and Teddy Osamike do take him down. But can Peterhouse boys retreat fast enough to get him? That will be Lino Jaya to put him. To push him. They will be playing a penalty there. And he does get past two defenders. And from there, it is just the try box. And that will be a try.
Excellent try that from Prince Edward. The first time they've been able to get hands to ball. They've shown how lethal they can be, especially if they create those one-on-one situations. Hot stepper, always looking to find this mismatch. And indeed, Prince Edward were able to capitalize on the mistakes that Peterhouse made, giving away a penalty, a critical penalty. And unfortunately for Prince Edward, that kick not going through. So the score remains 12 points to 5. And with just under 4 minutes to go, Prince Edward are back in it.
With the wind in his favor, it was pretty shocking that he missed it. But I believe that if they could be comeback here, as they are losing by one try and a conversion. That's Devin Paruri. Handoff there. Does he pop it? No, he takes it to ground. He pops it. Alex Palioris. Okay, does he pass it to Renchum Mtsotso? Mtsotso is pretty strong, solid. Pass it to Jaden Tongo. Scored the earlier try. Down to Dono Sitole. Does he take one? Oh, gets shut down there and he loses it. Oh, they do shut him down. Right on the other side of the rock, not letting them push the gain line any further back. Ooh, so big hit there. PE seems to be slowing down. He seems to know the rules. Alex Palioris, Devin Paruri, can he beat the defender? Can he beat the defender? Oh, and he just beats the defender. Devin Paruri into, he beats another other one. Does it down under the poles with the swan dive. Oh, seems pretty happy there, pretty proud. We have a big crowd here today.
Yeah, I reckon this event has been very well supported, very well attended. Lots of schools have come through. Of course, rugby is not the only sporting code that's being played. There's also hockey and there's football. So yeah, a lot of excellent coverage for the sponsors on the day. So the score is now 19 points to 5. Once again, Peterhouse finding cross. Go strong carry, go drive from the young man, able to buy support time to arrive. Prince Edward will play to the far side where they've got a 4 versus 3, but the ball does not go to hand, and that should be a knock on. Yet another crucial mistake by Prince Edward, giving Peterhouse some respite at a time when it was important for them to get up the field and score on the far side, just to give the home crowd some jitters and something to think about. In fact, just to create a little threat of a comeback. So we see the feed into the scrum, but the prop on the far side losing his bind. Prince Edward trying to work to the near side. Again, the pass not going to hand. Taken off the ball, and that was... There was no advantage for the initial offsides. And we see the young man, the young Prince Edward man, unable to continue, touch of cramp. Another critical mistake. Prince Edward losing that advantage because the ball carrier got isolated and his support was not arriving in support, staying lateral. There was nobody coming through behind him. And that is a penalty for a slap down. The attempt to catch the ball. More often than not, you're encouraged to try to go for it with two hands, because the moment they see it's one hand, they punish you. So Peterhouse with the final play.
And does Donald Stole jot it down? He just misses it. And that will be game. The scores on the billboards might be a bit wrong. It is 19-5. This is Peterhouse ball.
Enjoy the freedom and convenience that comes with CBZ Bank Visa. With Visa's convenient online payment system, you can make transactions from anywhere in the world with ease. You can pay for your education with a simple click. With your CBZ Bank Visa card, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to making smart online payments. Shop online from anywhere using your CBZ Bank Visa card. CBZ Bank, partners for success. A bank that's in sync with your lifestyle. We understand your unique requirements and the high level of service that you deserve. Our dedicated relationship officers are ready to grow your wealth and give you sound investment advice designed to support your business, asset acquisition goals, and the life you want to lead. Reach for the stars. Apply for the CBZ Prime account. CBZ Bank, partners for success.
Get some separation on the scoreboard, so we're in for a very interesting clash. Peterhouse as well would be invigorated by the win by the under-16s. If you're just joining us now, we are live streaming the AMG Peterhouse Sevens at Peterhouse. We have seen the age group finals leading up to this point. St. George's taking the under-14 final, beating Peterhouse. The under-15 final, again, we saw St. George's beating Wise Owl. A couple of minutes ago, we saw the Peterhouse under-16s getting a morale-boosting victory over Prince Edward. And now we wait for the final where the Kings, in their traditional all-white, take on last year's losing finalists, Wise Owl from Arundera. I don't care. So Peterhouse and Wise Owl finished first and second in Pool A. PETERHOUSE winning all three of their matches. YSL winning 2, beating Hellenic and St. George's. And then in the quarterfinals, PETERHOUSE beat St. John's. And then in the semi-final, they beat Lomagandi. No, they beat BPE. So to begin this final, we see a good collect by Matiza. And PETERHOUSE are very quick to release the captain, Victor Zimbango. I beg your pardon. Prosper Zimbango. Good play action by PETERHOUSE. Good continuity, not giving YSL any easy possession. YSL as well, very committed in the defense, making sure that nobody is going into defensive action on his own. As the play action develops on the far side where they're trying to find Bundu with the release to Zimbango. Zimbango plays it out into the middle, back with Bundu. Good solid commitment at the tackle again from YSL. Dombropoulos fighting through and just about almost getting through the last man. That would have seen him get through. PETERHOUSE are now into the YSL 22, but unfortunately, pass going forward, trying to find Serfontaine on the outside. Joshua trying to release his man on the far side. Trying to release Dombropoulos, sorry. And that is our first scrum of the tie. Good solid run here. Muganyi brought down eventually by PETERHOUSE, who turned the ball over. And just as quickly as YSL got it, they've lost it. So that was knocked by PETERHOUSE to give YSL a much needed relieving scrum. And they'll be looking to create a one-on-one situation and to step through the middle there. As the feed comes through from Hamilton. Looked like he was going to step to the far side and he'll come back. Once again, the center Muganyi. Trying to effect the chicken wing, but he wasn't able to release it there. The ball going forward. PETERHOUSE somewhat agree, feeling that they had an advantage there. YSL will be somewhat disappointed in their inability to put that one away. So, Panashe Mazai, Pharrell Makunura, and Stanley Dumba. And that YSL scrum. Got pressure. Dombropoulos is brought down, trying to get through the seam. Penalty quickly taken by Matiza. Matiza, you step through the easy shoulder. That surely is a high shot. Penalty advantage to PETERHOUSE just on the 22. They'll come to the near side. Can they get that all-important first try? Bundu is he able to beat his man? No, he's not. Then he knocked it on. Excellent defense there from Wiseall. Good committed work. Not giving up what appeared to be a lost cause. And there is a question about that high shot, possibly. We see on the far side the referee goes to confer with his assistant referee who has seen something. So he's going to bring us back to the advantage that was on earlier. So PETERHOUSE to play out to the near side. Matiza steps in, tries to find the soft shoulder. Brought down by Wiseall. Zimango taking the ball out to the far side. Is that Dube to score? Yes, it is. And PETERHOUSE has scored the first try of the final. It is now PETERHOUSE 5, the hosts, and Wiseall, their neighbors, 0. With the successful kick, it is now 7 points to 0. It is important for Wiseall to be the next team to score. Otherwise, this could run away from them. Wiseall not really setting their receiving shape, leaving a lot of space at the back. And indeed, the kicker saw that. But unfortunately, that kick going dead in goal to give a free kick to Wiseall. In the previous 2 matches where we saw this happen, in the under 19 category, the Prince Edward game and the St. George's game, we saw that situation being converted by the team on the receiving end of that free kick. So if patterns and precedent are anything to go by, Wiseall should score from this. We see the tap. Muganyi kick into the space behind. Feels that he was molested in the chase. Referee saying that Muganyi put his hands on the floor before recovering that kick. Supposed to support your weight fully with your feet, and hands are not meant to touch the ground at any point.
I hope you got that on camera.
So that will be penalty to PETERHOUSE. PETERHOUSE more than happy to take advantage of this turnover. Zimango to carry it up through the middle. Gets past 2-3 men. Is able to get away from Hamilton. Hamilton stops him in the 22. PETERHOUSE tried to continue the play with Joshua Watt. Yet another penalty going against Wiseall. Deep in the 22. PETERHOUSE in a very attacking situation, and not for the first time we're seeing a ball carrier lose his feet. Bundu trying to go against the grain. Releases Dube with the recycle. Bundu to pass it out to Zimbango to Domropoulos. Domropoulos beats 2 men and he's through under the post to score. Couple of Wiseall players guilty of grabbing jerseys. And PETERHOUSE gets some separation on the scoreboard. with 2.5 minutes to go in this final. The final match that we're bringing you from the AMG Sevens at Peterhouse. I'd like to thank once again our partners in the stream, Econet Wireless, CBZ Bank, and Scrummy app. Domropoulos getting a little under the pole, but it goes on the money. Goes the 10, 17 with an opportunity to run for the first time today. Joshua Wata judged to have gone off his feet in the support. And that brings us to the end. The Peterhouse Kings winning their own home tournament. Stay with us as we continue the live stream and we bring you the presentation of the players of the tournament, as well as the vote of thanks from the organizers.
Enjoy the freedom and convenience that comes with CBZ Bank Visa. With Visa's convenient online payment system, you can make transactions from anywhere in the world with ease. You can pay for your education with a simple click. With your CBZ Bank Visa card, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to making smart online payments. Shop online from anywhere using your CBZ Bank Visa card. CBZ Bank, partners for success. A bank that's in sync with your lifestyle. We understand your unique requirements and the high level of service that you deserve. Our dedicated relationship officers are ready to grow your wealth and give you sound investment advice designed to support your business, asset acquisition goals, and the life you want to lead. Reach for the stars. Apply for the CBZ Prime account. CBZ Bank, partners for success.
boy sitting in front of the prize giving area. We thank you for all the ablutions and the facilities and the grounds being in top notch. To Mr. Nigel Saunders and the staff for this excellent playing conditions and the fields, as well as the facilities. To all the PH staff, we'd like to say thank you for manning all the sporting disciplines and even the scoring that all happens behind closed doors. So to the referees and the umpires for all the hockey, rugby and soccer, we thank you. To all our visiting schools, the players and their coaching staff, thank you for making the time and coming out here to Peterhouse. We are very fortunate today with the weather, so thanks be to God for the clear skies. We would like to call forward now the representatives from AMG Global to proceed with the prize giving. For the Hockey B, winners this year in 2026, Peterhouse.
Once you say that, that's what I said. I said you should have stuck with it. Don't go back. Try to get there. No, but I said to him, yeah, you should have stuck to that. Wanted to throw this scrum on
For the hockey A section, the winners this year are Hellenic Academy.
You should have stuck with your hand. Say,
For the soccer B section, this year's winners are Prince Edward. And for the soccer A section, this year's winners are Christian Brothers College. Moving on to the rugby, in the under 14 section for 2026, the winners are St. George's. Moving on, under 15s for rugby, the winners once again St. George's.
Where's the coming? Say what?
In the under 16 section for rugby, this year's winners are Peterhouse. And in the open section for rugby this year, 2026 winners are Peterhouse.
Wait, are things maybe bigger when you're smaller? But big enough. Actually, like in the under 14, like, and I thought to myself, okay, if I'm six, I think that these people are big old crowd. Saints parents are people. Oh, yeah. Maybe. But also, I'll tell you the other thing that's like the advocate street. Yeah. So like now, where Harare parents come out for like a few hours. Get Ryan, get me.
And now for the final prize. Thank you for all who have competed today, and this is the moment that we've been waiting for, and we are proud to announce that the winners of the overall AMG 7s for 2026 is Peterhouse.
No, I'm saying, but probably would have. I'm 21. It would have been very interesting to see. These are such, and I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. This concludes the ceremony for today and the AMG Sevens proceedings. We wish you a safe journey back to where you're going to, and we hope to see you all again in 2027. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the freedom and convenience that comes with CBZ Bank Visa. With Visa's convenient online payment system, you can make transactions from anywhere in the world with ease. You can pay for your education with a simple click. With your CBZ Bank Visa card, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to making smart online payments. Shop online from anywhere using your CBZ Bank Visa card. CBZ Bank, partners for success. A bank that's in sync with your lifestyle. We understand your unique requirements and the high level of service that you deserve. Our dedicated relationship officers are ready to grow your wealth and give you sound investment advice designed to support your business, asset acquisition goals, and the life you want to lead. Reach for the stars. Apply for the CBZ Prime account. CBZ Bank, partners for success.